is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. No is the saddest experience you'll ever know.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So we have a massive report here on this fine Monday. Ironically, I was uploading my video for the whole Last of Us thing with the sales involving, you know, like what was going on. Everybody was talking about it. But I'm going to actually put that off to the side for a second. That's going to be uploaded after this. So if you guys want to check that out, go check it out. But anyway, besides that, we have a massive report going around right now, and this absolutely makes sense, and it also can pose a big problem for PlayStation down the road unless Sony gets ahead of this and fixes it, all right? So according to this report, Sony's recent first-party leaks stem from a security breach. More leaks are indeed incoming. Let's go ahead and get into it. According to two known insiders, recent Sony first-party leaks, God of War Ragnarok and Last of Us 1 Remake leaks, namely, they stem from a security breach that Sony has yet to plug. As a result, there may be more leaks in the coming weeks and months. That's according to Xbox Era's Nick Baker. Now, Nick Baker, for those that don't remember that name, Nick Baker was the guy who was sharing around the Last of Us Remake build. Okay, so he was sharing around the alpha/beta of what we're getting for the gameplay and whatnot, which ended up being true. That is what we're getting for Last of Us Remake. Okay, and a lot of people were like blown away. But again, this is how bad the situation is, because he also showed the accessibility, options. He showcased the customization workbench, all that stuff. All that stuff he leaked on Twitter, but he took him down respectfully after, I guess, some. I guess after being talked to by Sony afterwards. I don't know what else to really say on that regard. Also joining the panel was Jeff Grubb, okay? Now, on his podcast, which I'm going to play in a second, you guys can hear it with your, you can hear it with your, you guys can see it with your own eyes and hear it with your own ears. But on the podcast, he's saying that Sony has a little bit of an issue, a security problem. And Baker says in the video that also, with, Grubb confirming and agreeing, is that, he's been getting offers for numerous other Sony first-party leaks, and then teased an upcoming God of War Ragnarok leak. Both Grubb and Baker then agree that someone has gotten a hold of something at Sony. So let me go ahead and play the video, and then I will give you my take on that in a second, okay? Let's go ahead and play the video.
Because, remember how I said that's why it's hard to do a PlayStation podcast, because most of the news comes from me. But, yeah, so I was obviously in the news a little bit with The Last of Us Remake.
Were you? You were going a bit ham. Can I use that phrase?
You caused people to have meltdowns. People were freaking out about that stuff.
You ruined lives.
I started getting accused of trying to make the game look bad. I'm like, no, I'm not.
This is just the game.
That's not my footage. It's just the game. I just got sent that footage, and they're like,
thought it looked good anyways.
Yeah, I thought it looked fine. Like, the Streamable has this weird thing where it defaulted to 720, and for some reason in 720 it was washed out. As soon as you switch it to 1080, it was all nice and colorful and bright, and I thought the game looked fine. And then I don't know. I just woke up one day and like this dude started DMing me. He's like, I've got this whole bunch of Last of Us Remake stuff and it's going to leak. Do you want to leak it first? I'm like, okay, sure. And he just started spamming me with screenshots and videos. And so I'm like, is this is real? It's not like the remaster. He's like, no, look at the UI. That's the Last of Us 2 UI on Last of Us 1. He's like, that's the remake. I'm like, okay. So I just started posting it. And kind of took off from there, didn't it? I was not expecting that.
That was the whole news day there, man. People sure are testy about this Last of Us Part 1 thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
On edge.
On
edge about it. Yeah.
Why are they on
edge?
I don't understand.
Because it's $70. It's $70. That's the entire reason.
I'm cynical about it in terms of like I don't think this is a great artistic endeavor, but whatever. Sure. Some people are
what
like,
is?
It's a hungover game, but yeah, I don't. So I don't know. It seems like the super fans are maybe like they felt defensible about it. So if something doesn't look great, they get really worked up. But it looks fine. What do you think?
One thing I'll say. Sony may have a little bit of an issue, a security problem.
No.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I think they have a little bit of a security problem. I've been getting offers for more stuff.
Oh.
It's like, hey, do you want this stuff? And do you want this stuff? And do you want this stuff? I'm like, oh, how much is there? They're like, yep, there's a lot. And
this stuff is like, this stuff seems to have happened like relatively recently too, so... Obviously, someone got hold of something in the last month or two, and it's really
like there might be. I don't know. I might be looking at might be getting some stuff from an angry Greek fellow that is dabbling in Norse mythology at some point. I don't know.
Well, there you go. So the Immortals Phoenix Rising narrator has his own video game coming? All right.
Yeah, that's right. That's him. That's the one. Yeah. That's the one.
Now, here's where it gets even more crazier, guys. Very crazy. According to this going even further, it turns out, courtesy of Reddit, there was a Reddit user who, is a now deleted Reddit user. He claimed that someone got a hold of the company's laptop with 100 gigabytes drive full of data. That Reddit thread was dismissed by most users at the time, but it's now believed that someone decided to take a risk and download those files and or found a way to crack into a server or something. So yeah, this situation went from dire to crazy at the same time. But it makes sense. It actually makes a hell of a lot of sense. I don't know what the hell is going on here at this point, but it makes a hell of a lot of sense. It makes sense how all this stuff is getting leaked and whatnot. We kept questioning that. How the hell are these events getting leaked ahead of time, right? And then we get the events a month or two later to try to discredit leaks. That's what Sony's strategy has been, but it turns out it's much deeper than that. And keep in mind, if what is being said is true about this laptop having 100 gigabytes of PlayStation information on the drive, then it's definitely safe to say that more than likely we're going to see a leak of God of War Ragnarok at some point. Now, I don't know if it's going to be on the same level of Last of Us Part 2, as you guys remember. Now, I talk about that in my other video, but we'll get into that later. But I'm not sure if it's going to be on that same level, though. Where you get the plot, for example, the script leaked. You might get some gameplay sections, some pivotal moments being leaked. You see what I'm saying? That is a scary situation. Imagine us getting ready, let's say we get a month before the release of the game, or 30 days before, or I'm sorry, 5 days before the release of the game, and Sony's on Twitter, we just start seeing people post the ending for Last of Us. That's the Last of Us, for God of War Ragnarok. I keep saying Last of Us. I can't get Last of Us in my head, but imagine seeing God of War Ragnarok, get the ending spoiled, or let's say hypothetically Kratos dies or Atreus becomes the crazy God of War or something, and that stuff gets leaked. You see what I'm saying? That is bad. That is a bad situation right now. I don't know what Sony's going to do to fix this. I don't know how they're going to fix it. I don't even know how they're going to get ahead of this at this point, but this is wild. And I don't even know how this dude got ahead. There are other questions at play here too. How the hell did this dude get a hold of a laptop with company information? This explains now why Sony's been so secretive, because there's been a mole this entire time, and it's been deeper. And we've been thinking, low key, we've been thinking that it's probably contractors, small end contractors at that time that have been leaking it, because that's what happened with The Last of Us 2. But now it's bigger than this, and it actually opens your eyes, and it really puts the spotlight on how big the gravity of the situation is right now. And I don't know what else to say at this point, but this is crazy. When we get more on this story, I'll definitely report it, and I will share it with you guys, and we'll talk about it in a video or RGT or whatever. But this is definitely a big situation, all right? So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Very shocking news. Very shocking. But at the same time, it now makes sense, and it makes everything fall into place as to why things have been happening the way they have been. And as far as like any upcoming show for PlayStation, because I saw a bunch of people asking for upcoming shows, I don't think we're going to get anything this year. But if what is being stated is true, I don't think Sony's going to do anything of that nature because of the situation involving that laptop. And it makes sense. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one, which will upload shortly after this. All right? That'll be good. Later.